Hi guys, welcome back. This is Chris aka Big Will for this Manchester City retro save, and we have come back for the last two games of the season. We have a home game against Walsall, and then for the last game of the season an away game against Stoke. A win today against Walsall will secure us a league title, which would be an absolutely fantastic achievement considering it's our first season as we look to progress into the first division with a trophy under our belts. I wasn't intending on bringing you back for these last couple of games, but considering we can win the league title here, I thought may as well have a show of it and get a trophy on the board. So for this vital game against Walsall, we have Nicky Weaver in goal, Ashley Cole, Vaughan, Craddock and Rory Delap at the back, Vikings, Pollock and Brown as the midfield trio, with Heaney and Wright Phillips either side of Sean Gota. Really looking forward to this game. We've had such a good season, and if we could top it off with a league title, I think it would really put the cherry on the sweet cake that we've already had all this season. It's certainly been a long one, that is for sure, but hopefully when it comes ready for next season especially, we will be able to have strengthened the squad and we can get a good start to that campaign as well. We have an early chance on this right hand side with Rory Delap into Sean Wright Phillips. Delap back into Vikings. Looking over the top. Sean Wright Phillips couldn't get there, but Sean Gota does. He's hit the crossbar and the post, but then he's tackled the defender and he's put it in. We have a 1 goal lead here after 2.5 minutes, and it looks like the title is going to come back to Main Road. Judging by the start that we've made, especially, we're dominating possession early on, and we've had a good couple of attempts in this first half. Brissett knocks it forward. It's headed away by Vaughan. Vivish is looking to get onto it, and he does. He looks to play it forward, and he switches the play looking for Hughes. Ashley Cole gets there and finds Neil Heaney. He plays it back to Nicky Weaver. He plays it into Tony Vaughan now at centre-back, who plays it out wide to Ashley Cole. Back into Vaughan. Looks forward to Pollock in the central midfield. He knocks it long, looking for Heaney on that left-hand side. He has support arriving in the penalty area. He can't find it and plays it back to Pollock, but now Gota into Vikings. There's a bit of space opening up here in the centre. Michael Brown decided to go for goal from distance, and O'Keefe makes the save for Walsall. From the resulting corner, as you see there, Fulham have taken the lead against Gillingham. Wright Phillips plays it in, and it's cleared away, but only as far as Heaney. Heaney now trying to make the turn on the edge of the penalty area. His strike is blocked, and it's an easy claim for the goalkeeper, O'Keefe. So as you can see, Fulham are in front as well. I think a draw is actually enough as well for us to win the title. But if we do lose, obviously, Fulham do have that opportunity providing they win their game. Sean Gota now out wide to Ashley Cole, who knocks it over the top looking for Heaney, who's on that left midfield. He cuts inside. Heaney strikes, and it's another good save by O'Keefe, and it's gone out for a Manchester City corner. Sean Wright Phillips is out there to take the corner. He looks to whip it in here, and it goes toward the far post, and it's headed away. But only as far as Michael Brown. The chance is still there. We're holding onto the ball well, but it just pitters out, and it remains 1-0. O'Keefe with a free kick here for Walsall. It's nodded on. Craddock wins possession for City, and it knocks it into Vaughan in the centre. Vikings back to Vaughan again. We're knocking the ball about really, really well once again, and that is the point that we wanted to make playing in this gegenpress style of football. We wanted to be able to pass the ball nicely and move it quickly, and we are doing so. And clearly the players have bought into the training regime that I've put into this season, and we're certainly looking good account for ourselves here as Sean Gota works it into Sean Wright Phillips. He's in behind the fullback. Sean Wright Phillips couldn't get enough on the strike, and O'Keefe makes the save once again. He's certainly keeping Walsall in the game at the moment as they get their first attempt in on target. So we currently remain 5 points clear as things stand. Fulham, of course, are winning as well as us. But if we can win today, like I say, we've got the trophy in the bag, and we will get to see a little bit of a celebration at the end of the game. Pollock into Heaney. Now Sean Gota looking to move it forward here. Sean Gota's in, and it's well played by Vivish to get a deflection on the shot and knock it out for a corner. Sean Wright Phillips to knock it in here. In it comes from Sean Wright Phillips. It's headed away, and Lerson looks to bring it out for Walsall. We have a free kick in a dangerous area here with Pollock, and it's in. Jody Craddock at the far post. It's 2-0, and the January signing of Jody Craddock has certainly paid dividends this season. It is only his second goal, but he's been quite solid for us in at centre back since bringing him in, and he could have scored a very important goal there to secure the title for us. This is Brissett back to Poynton. Into Vivish. Knocks it over the top looking for Ejolfsson. Craddock wins the header. Into Vikings. Now Sean Wright Phillips looking for Sean Gota, who wasn't quick enough to react, and O'Keefe came in that sweeper keeper role to claim. And O'Keefe has knocked it long here, and Vaughan managed to win the header, finding Delap. Sean Wright Phillips, brilliant switch of play there for Neil Heaney on that left hand side. Will he cut it back? He tries, but he's been blocked out by Crow. But it's only as far as Ashley Cole now. Into Tony Vaughan again at centre back. He's moved quite a way wide there, but it's forward to Neil Heaney. He has Gota square, and Gota knocks it in. It's 3-0. The title is coming to Main Road, and we are set, ready for Division 1 next season. It's been a lot less stressful than I anticipated it being, which is a bit of a relief, to be honest. I didn't want it to drag on too much. Um, as such, it's 3-0 at half time, and we're looking very, very comfortable. And it's just going to be a case of carrying on doing what we're doing, and hopefully we can just finish the game off with a flourish and sort ourselves out. In terms of the playoffs as well, the actual teams in the playoffs have been guaranteed. Stoke City, Reading, Wigan Athletic and Bristol Rovers are all in the playoffs. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in terms of that come the end of the season. Ourselves and Fulham are automatically promoted into Division 1. So as it has been all season, it's been very competitive right the way through. But we have pretty much led from the start. And it's been a very, very solid season from the boys in blue. As Vaughan knocks it into Pollock here in central midfield. Back to Gerard Vikings. Now Michael Brown. Sean Wright Phillips into Sean Gota. And he's playing himself through again here. Sean Gota squares it for Heaney. And he didn't make a good enough contact. And O'Keefe claimed it very, very well. Sean Gota is on a hat-trick here. And he is looking like he's hoping for 50 league goals this season, which is an unbelievable achievement. He's been absolutely on fire all season. Here's Tony Vaughan into Jody Craddock again. Just holding on to it here in central midfield. Vikings into Michael Brown. Back into Craddock again. Gerard Vikings. Jamie Pollock looking around to see who's available. Eventually plays it back to Vikings and lays it into Ashley Cole. Neil Heaney now charging down this left-hand side. He's got an opportunity for a cross here. But once again, he doesn't get the ball across. And Pollock does though, but it's behind Sean Wright Phillips, who finds Rory Delap now. Into Gerard Vikings again. Jamie Pollock from distance, and that is a thunderous strike. It's 4-0, and Jamie Pollock has secured his place in next season's squad, to be quite honest. He's been a very, very important player in central midfield. That's his 10th league goal of the season from that position, and I think he certainly warrants a lot of playtime next season. He's been absolutely outstanding. Of course, it is subject to interest from other clubs. He may want to leave. We're not entirely sure. We're going to make a couple of changes now. Wayne Bridge is going to come on onto the right-hand side for Sean Wright Phillips. We're going to bring Richard Edgehill on at left back for the yellow carded Ashley Cole. Tony Vaughan is also going to come off. We're going to bring Vikings back into central defence. We're going to bring Jason Kumas on and just move Michael Brown back into that holding role. And Neil Heaney as well is going to come off for Craig Russell. Sean Gota is on a hat-trick, but he's also on a yellow card. I don't want him suspended, really. So we're going to bring John Macken on for the man who will be disappointed to come off considering he's on a hat-trick, but it's important to rest some of these players now. And as we go toward the end of the season, we have secured the league title by the looks of things. We're just into injury time now, and Walsall trying to move down this left-hand side. I'll be quite disappointed if we concede a goal, to be honest. We've dominated this game so well. If we concede late on, it will be slightly annoying, but hopefully we will be able to defend reasonably well at the end here. As Craig Russell intercepts and finds Nicky Weaver, plays it into Gerard Vikings. And Jamie Pollock now to Jason Kumas. Now Wayne Bridge on that right hand side. Switches it well, looking for Craig Russell. He has support in the penalty area. John Macken's made a good run. Can he find him? No, he's played it back looking for Bridge. Kumas also finds Wayne Bridge. And in the end, it's going to be clear. No, it's not going to be clear. Kumas has managed to latch onto it again here. He plays it in toward the far post. He's overhit it. And Craig Russell lays it back to Edgehill. And now Jamie Pollock again, who decides to lob it over. And Wayne Bridge is there. It's his 7th goal since joining on loan in January from Southampton. It's 5-0, and we have finished with a flourish here, as it looks like the title is going to come straight to Main Road now, and the job is done. Really, really positive performance. I'm absolutely delighted with the season that we've had. Job is done. 5-0 win, title secure, and we just have a game away at Stoke now to finish off the campaign, and then we will look on to next season. We'll have a look into what pre-season games can be arranged, and I will be focusing in on transfers, and I will come to you for the first couple of the league games next season once this season has been completed. So there's the confirmation. We have won the second division title. Really, really positive for this campaign. The fans are delighted, as you can imagine, as are the board. They are really, really happy with how things have gone this season. Hopefully, it will allow me to get a new contract at the club. I think it expires at the end of next season, but again, a lot of it will depend on how we get on next season in the first division. So just looking at the schedule for a moment now. We have got that game against Stoke. It's in 2 weeks' time in game. So I'll just forward play through there, and then we will get into the Stoke game just to finish off, and that will be that. Okay, guys, here we go for the away game against Stoke. There's nothing to report in the previous gap in game, so we'll just crack on straight with this last game of the season, and we will round off the season hopefully with a win. Not that it matters too much. We've secured the title, and we're in a position where we can take this game lightly and just play quite freely, hopefully, and we'll just get the season sorted out now. As I was saying previously, we've had such a strong season. I can't imagine too much going amiss in this game, but it's good to finish on a high, and hopefully it will lead into a positive start next season. I will be investigating a lot of transfer business over the summer campaign. We'll come back after the friendlies. We'll go through some of the transfers at the end of pre-season and there and before the first 2 league games. And then we'll have a bit of a transfer special after the transfer window is finished to conclude our business at that point, providing it's not been concluded previously. And as you can tell, it is quite a nothing game. It's taken 20 minutes for the first highlight here, and it's Stoke who are in possession at the moment. They've had a really good season themselves, finishing in 3rd place. They've got the playoffs to get through themselves, so they want to go into that in good form. And it's played in here, and Thorne has hit the woodwork, and he's hit the rebound, and Weaver has made another good save there as Small gets onto it on that left-hand side for Stoke. And Sean Gold has one possession, and he's found Rory Delap into Jamie Pollock, and we can break forward here if Sean Gold plays the right pass at the right time. It didn't quite work out, but we are still in possession. The highlight is sorted out though, and it remains 0-0 with 30 minutes pretty much gone now. As you can see by the league table, there's not a lot to play for now. I'm not entirely sure how the relegation side of things is shaping up at the minute, so we can have a quick look at that after this highlight is finished. Stoke currently in possession, moving the ball very, very well. As Small comes down this left-hand side, he plays it into Niestroy, and he puts it in for Stoke. It's 1-0, and they want to clearly keep their form up for the playoffs that are going to be coming into game in a couple of weeks' time. So in terms of the relegation, there is a lot to play for, clearly, between Chesterfield and Bournemouth. If we... wasn't quite quick enough there. Tony Vaughan into Gerard Vikins here. Plays it into Jamie Pollock, now Brown. Gerard Vikins into Pollock again, now Sean Gota. He has support running ahead of him, Ashley Cole. Plays it down the line, looking for Heaney, who had cut inside a little bit too early there. And Stoke gained possession. Thorne wins the header and looks for Dean Crowe here, and Dean Crowe is in behind our defence. Ashley Cole did well to tackle him, and he's done well again to get to him, but it's not enough, and Thorne has clipped the top of the crossbar to continue Stokes pressing forward. Weaver plays it out to Craddock. Now Rory Delap just about got there. Michael Brown to Vikings. Now Sean Wright Phillips. Good quick passing there from the Blues. Michael Brown pushing forward here. He has support in the penalty area if he can get the ball in. He does try to, and it's headed away by Clark. But Brown wins it again. It didn't quite work out. Vikings wins possession now. Into Michael Brown again. This time he does have space to make the cross if he can. And he does play it in, looking for Heaney at the far post. It didn't quite find him. It's come to Ashley Cole and Jamie Pollock from distance. It's gone over the bar, and it remains 1-0 at Stoke. So we'll just have a look at the latest scores. Obviously, Bournemouth are actually at home to Macclesfield from what we could see there. I'm a little bit disappointed we've not played the way we have been all season. I'll let the players know that this isn't good enough. And Chesterfield are also at home. So both sides are at home to Colchester. They're both drawing 0-0. So in relation to the league table at the moment, as it stands, I think it's so Chesterfield at the moment are safe, and they're matching the result of Bournemouth. Chesterfield are actually a goal down now. I'm not sure if that changes anything. It's based on goal difference, I think. Chesterfield have gone below Bournemouth now, so Bournemouth do have the better goal difference at the moment. So that is looking very important as it sits. We haven't had any highlights in this second half. Again, I was a little bit sceptical of this game. I did think it might just peter out a little bit for us. We've had a long, hard season. We've already secured the title. We don't have much to play for. As Vaughan clears looking for Sean Goater, it's cleared by Dryden. Vikings does find Goater. Now Pollock into Heaney. Sean Goater, in fact, he only needs one more league goal to get 50. So it would be nice to see him get a goal. We're not going to make any substitutions, I don't think. There's not a lot of extra things to play for this season. So hopefully he'll just be able to nod in a goal just to round up and get that 50 goals. Craig Short has actually just been sent off for Stoke. We're going to demand more, and if we can get a chance, it'd be great. But if not, no harm done. Bournemouth are now winning as Chesterfield are losing, so Bournemouth are going to stay in the second division as we have a potential opportunity here right at the end of the game as Ashley Cole finds Jody Craddock. Now Michael Brown knocks it over the top and Sean Wright Phillips finds Goater. Goater has actually put it in. It did say it was his 50th league goal if he'd have scored it, but it has been disallowed. He is offside. Sean Wright Phillips should have gone on his own, and that should be that where the game is concerned. It's a 1-0 defeat to finish the season. A little bit disappointing, like I say, but I think over the season we've done really, really well, and we will look ahead to next season. So there we go, that is the final league table with Stoke, Reading, Wigan and Bristol Rovers in the playoffs. We have won the league only by 2 points. The loss at the end of the season allowed Fulham to catch up a little bit. So us and Fulham are promoted. As we look down, further down in the league table, Chesterfield on the final day ending up losing, so they are going down into the old third division. And that is pretty much that. So we'll move on and we'll get a post-season report that will come through, and we can go through a couple of bits from that, and then it is on to next season. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and this is Big Will signing away until next season.